Alright, so in this video we're going to go live to the internet. I'm going to be using Google Chrome for this particular presentation, but you can use any web browser you like, whether it's Firefox or Explorer or Safari or any of those things. Before we get started in niche selection, which is what we're going to discuss today, how to basically build your business around the niche that's something that you're interested in and something that actually you can learn how to make money in, we're going to go through the details in this video of exactly how to figure out if it's going to be a good niche, it has the profitability, if there's competition, and obviously if it's something you're going to want to do long term or even short term. So the first thing before we get started, I want you to do this. I want you to take out your notebook, and we're going to pause the video in a moment, but I want you to write down a list of things just over the next, this is going to be a timed exercise. So over the next, say, 2 minutes, okay, 120 seconds. If you want to grab a stopwatch or just take a look at your computer's time, wait for it to start here. And for the next 2 minutes, I want you to write down the things that you're most interested in. What are the things that you already do that you like? These things could be hobbies. These things could be things that you might have an interest in from childhood that you'd like to reconnect with. It could be music. It could be astronomy. It could be typically things that have clubs associated with them are great opportunities there. When there's a club or a forum or a group of people that are very interested in something in particular, there tends to be a market that is eager to buy things or eager to communicate with each other, and that's a market that you're going to want to go after. And there's a couple different ways we're going to explore that in this video and later videos, which I'm going to show you in a moment, depending on how you're going to build your business, whether you're going to build a product-based business or a community service-based business where you're going to give people information and help the community itself connect each other. Either way, totally works, but we're going to get this down to the nitty-gritty right now because I want you to pick the thing that's going to be the most interesting for you to do, because I can tell you, if you pick something that's just you've been told it makes money and it's something you're not interested in, after a short period of time, it could be a couple months, it could be a couple years, you're going to realize that you've replaced your job with another job, something that you really don't want. So this is an important exercise to do right now. So go ahead and pause the video. I want you to just freeform write down the things that you are the most interested in. So go ahead and pause that right now. It doesn't matter how many you write, just take 2 minutes and do that right now. Okay. So we should be back. If you haven't done this exercise, make sure that you actually stop the video right now and do that. If you tried to skip over this, I'm watching. Don't do that. So now we're going to take that list and we're going to narrow that down to the top 3. So I want you to take the next 3 minutes and I want you to think about the things on that list that are the top 3. All right? So go ahead and stop the video now, and I want you to put a check box or check mark next to each of those that are the most interesting things you think that they would be something that you could do every single day if you wanted to, and never really get bored with it. Okay, go ahead and stop the video right now. Just go ahead and pause it, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, at this point, you should have picked the top 3 of that list you just created of the things that you like, that you have most interested in, the hobbies, the exercises, stuff that has a community based around it. Now, out of those top 3, the reason why we pick 3 is because the first one you choose might not be the one that is the most recommended or for profitability, which we'll talk about, which we're going to get to in just a second. So I want you to go ahead and real quick, just take a look at this, and this is one of your first exercises in making decisions quickly. I want you to make a decision right now on the first one that you're going to look up, right? And I want you to circle that one on your list. Okay, so go ahead and do that right now. I want you to take less than 30 seconds to do that. If you need to pause the video, let's go ahead and pause the video right now to do that. Okay, 30 seconds should be up at this point. Of course, we're working with the magic of time-lapse internet video, so if you haven't done that, make sure you stop the video and circle that top one of those 3 niches or activities, hobbies, interests right now. All right, at this point, we're going to go ahead and jump into the keyword tool. Now, the foundation for this whole training is you're not going to give people what you think they want, but you're going to give people what they already want. And this is a way that you can find this out. Now, if you've never been to the Google AdWords keyword tool, it's an amazing resource of information. Here's the reason why. It tells you exactly what people are searching for, exactly, and exactly where they're searching for. And it goes down into a lot more deep numbers. Now, the way you find this, there's going to be a link on this page just below the video to the Google AdWords keyword tool. You can Google AdWords keyword tool, or you can just type in, I think it's googlekeywordtools.com. I'll just check that right now with you while I'm on here. Just double check that. Keywordtools.com. Let's see where that goes. Yeah. So googlekeywordtools.com will take you over to this AdWords page. It takes a second to load, and then it'll pop up looking like this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close out that other tab. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to choose keywords in which your niche comes up. So whatever those keywords were, try to distill down that very first keyword that you're going to be searching for, the one you circled, into an area. For me, I'm going to choose drums. Now there's many different keywords that are related to drums. You can do drumming, drums, drum, and even words are not exactly drum. It could be percussion. It could be drum sets. There's a lot of different things you're going to look at, and we're going to narrow down this to understanding what buying keywords are. Now you're not going to go out and buy traffic in this video. We're just trying to set up a niche that's something you're going to be interested in and find out if it's got a viability to it. Okay, so I'm just going to type in the word drum, actually drums. Okay, and I'm going to click this box that says show only ideas closely related to my search terms, and I'm going to put in this here. Yours are going to be different. And this make sure that I'm not a spammer or a search robot. Okay, so now this pulls up, and this shows, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. This showed drums. It shows that there's low competition for that word. There's 6 million global monthly searches and 1.8 million local monthly searches. Now this is extremely important to think about because drums, think about what drums are. Drums could be oil drums. They could be drums that you play. There's all kinds of different drums out there. So this is a very generic keyword we got to be very specific on. So what we're going to do is we're going to search this keyword list right here and get a good idea of where things are going to rank. So what we're going to do is we're going to search this, click this button that says local monthly searches. You're going to choose that, and that will actually organize this, and I'll change things a little bit, but it'll give you at least the things that people search for with the word drums. Now this is a broad list. So this will give you some ideas for searching for different things. You got drums, games, specific drums, used drums, African drums. Let's go and actually figure out exactly what people are looking for. So we're going to uncheck the broad match here, and we're going to go ahead and check the exact match. You'll see this bracket around that. That means this is exactly what people are typing into the search engine to search for. So you'll see that we have the same searches, but it's changed now. Its monthly searches are much, much lower. What you're going to want to look for is monthly searches anywhere 800 and above. You could probably go down to 400, but chances are it's not going to be as profitable as something that would be 800 and above. And you can see that drums, specifically pearl drums, different types of drums, these are going to be listed as a little bit higher than what I would recommend. Let's go down and look for things that obviously this is what people are looking for to buy. Let's look for something that people are looking for to learn. So let's just go down here. It says conga drums. Now that could be something that people are willing to buy or willing to learn how to play. So that's something we could do. As far as a course, taiko drums could be the same thing. Drums games. This is great too if you have a drums game that you want to give, or some type of game that you could give away. Like an iPhone app or an Apple iPad app that people can play. Give it away for an opt-in. Let's keep looking down a little bit further. As you can see, this only shows a small amount of people, like Native American drums, that are looking for things. It's the first 100 searches. If you log into your Google AdWords keyword account, it'll actually show you, we're going to go and search 100 items here to pull up all 100. It'll show you even more options. So this will give us more options here. And we're looking for something that people want to learn. Tuning drums, perfect example. Okay, tuning drums that's basically how you tune a drum. So people are looking for how to tune a drum, and you can see this is 320. It's not that many exact matches, but it's enough, in my opinion, to probably create a report and put it out there and do some testing. Now, this could go for anything. This could go for archery, exactly. It could go for how to ride a bicycle. It could go for how to build a go-kart. Something that you might be interested in. It could be any of those things. How to do rock climbing, where to rock climb. Let's see if there's anything else on here that I can pull real quick. So obviously in using the word drums, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to us. So we're going to change this to word drumming and see what kind of response we get on that. You can also search by website. There's some other things you can do here, but we're not going to do that right now. This is just to start picking a niche. Okay, virtual drums, drumming games. There we go, drumming lessons. 260 monthly searches. People are looking for that exact keyword phrase. You could put a report together, again, to get people on your list. If you're interested in this subject, for people that are looking to take drum lessons, how do you go about picking a great teacher? These are great ways for you to start doing some simple niche keyword research. All right, so my purpose for this is to give you an idea of finding the keyword terms and narrowing down your niche market so you know exactly what it is that's going to be profitable using a very simple formula. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to mention, and that is this competition field. A lot of people think that low competition is good. Let me tell you that low competition is not necessarily good, because if there's nobody competing in the same market, chances are there's no money in the market. So drum lessons has got high competition because there's a lot of people competing in that market, right? The same thing would go for drum accessories, drum t-shirts, drum jobs. That's a great one right there, drumming jobs. How to find the right gig. Unfortunately, it is only 28 monthly searches, so that might not be the one that I would choose right off the bat. Now, this is a subcategory of musicians in general. If you just type in musicians or music, you're going to get a whole different set of results. And this might take you a little while. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down at this point all the keywords that are related to that top search item. And I want you to search for them and write these things down on a separate sheet of paper. Don't put this in your book right now, but put this in a separate sheet of paper. You're going to put down the word that you're searching for, and then out to the right of it, you're going to put down if it's got low competition or high competition, and then to the right of that, you're going to put down the actual local monthly searches. Okay, make sure that you have this one checked here, which is exact match. That's going to be important for you to go through. So I want you to go ahead and do that right now. This might take you a little while to do, so don't expect this to be something you can whip out in 10 minutes. You might want to pour over this list for a day, even 2 days at the most. This is extremely important to get yourself acclimated to what exactly is selling in your market and help you pick that niche itself. Okay, so I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. We're going to go into the second part of niche selection and the second most important thing, which is picking your domain name. So we'll see you then.